Alright, now it's coming into May here in Kentucky, and it's getting to be about that time of year when you gotta turn your fireplace off. So I also have this little goofball right here, and she misses the fires now, and so when I close this thing up, she tries to get in here and wonder where the fire went. So she starts playing around with it because she misses it. But we're gonna go ahead and summarize my fireplace in about 10 minutes now. Mine is pretty dirty, and you're gonna need to clean it out and get it all ready to go for the summer, and lock it up and clean all the ashes out and all that type of thing. It's very simple to do. You just want to kind of get it cleaned up and everything there, and so it's ready to go for the rest of the season now, because it's going to sit and nobody's going to use it. And I like to get those ashes out of there because, I mean, they just kind of pack in there and it's a mess. And like I said, I got a goofball that'll get in there. And also, sometimes if you get really heavy thunderstorms and a lot of wind, you can get a little bit of moisture dropping down your chimney, and it'll settle in those ashes, and everything kind of gets packed in there around your fireplace grate and everything. So I just like to get it nice and clean and ready to be chilling for the rest of the summer, you know what I mean there? You can go ahead and sweep your chimney now if you want to, but I swept mine twice already this year, once mid-season and once when I got started. I like to wait till I get started for the season there because this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like kind of like some spiders and all kinds of things can get in there over the summer, and they could build little webs back and forth and everything. So if you went ahead and cleaned it now, then those spiders and things could all get in there, and you could have some little webs and things. And I just kind of like to clean it fresh and then use it immediately. That way all that stuff gets cleaned out of there. So I'm not going to sweep it again now. I'll sweep it before I get going again next year there. So stay tuned with me here, and I'm just going to sweep this thing out and get it cleaned up for the year. And unfortunately, I won't be having a fire here for a little while. Now, I may burn some out in the fire pit, but that's a whole different deal. So let's get this thing buttoned up for the season. And unfortunately, firewood season is over for a while, and it'll be, you know, October before we get going again. So here we go. As you can see, I got my favorite ash bucket there, and it's important to have a nice metal bucket to clean your ashes out, and I really like that one. It's got a lid on it, so I use that all the time, and even sometimes when the fire's still hot, I can just kind of load that up with some hot ashes and put the lid on it and set it outside on a hard surface for a while it cools down. Really enjoyed having that bucket, so it's good to have a nice metal bucket. Most people know that, but I was just letting you know that's mine. Everybody pretty much knows that having a fire in a fireplace is a fun thing to do, but what most people don't know is that maintenance on a fireplace can get quite expensive, very costly. So I try to maintain mine the best I can, keep it clean and keep it swept out before you have any major problems, because if somebody has to ever work on that thing, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg and a new mortgage. So bear with me here now. This just takes a minute to do because I'm getting it cleaned up the best I can for summer, and I gotta sweep all of these ashes out of the corner and underneath my little gas starter there. And my gas starter, that's something else. The end of it has once again rusted and fallen off. Now I've already replaced that thing once since I've owned this house, and that guy came out and it was several $100s to do all that work. Now, when I say it costs an arm and a leg, if they ever have to do anything to the chimney of your fireplace, it's going to cost, you know, it could be upwards of $10,000. But I just try to keep it swept and keep the creosote out of it the best I can. And there is some products you can buy to help you with that, Creaway and what have you. But I have not been using those either, so I might need to get into that next year to get my creosote nice and brittle so it sweeps off there a little bit better. But I am going to just take my sweet time here and try to get this thing cleaned out the best I can and get all these ashes out of there, because every time I walk in the den when it's hot this summer, I don't want to be smelling fireplace ashes. So I'm just doing the best I can, and bear with me while I get this thing cleaned up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give me a subscribe and keep an eye on the channel, because I got all kinds of content coming at you guys, and this is just what I'm up to today. Now, I like to clean up all behind these chains and everything, get it real clean in here, just so, you know, that way you won't be smelling ashes all year and everything else in your den. So I just try to like to get the majority of this stuff out of here and just get it real clean is all I'm trying to do. Just sweep it up. Now, I'm not going to vacuum and scrub this thing or anything, but I'm just going to get it down to where it's decent there. I did burn quite a bit of wood this year, and like I said, I took a break mid-season and I swept it again just to make sure everything was okay. And quite a bit of soot came out of it, but you know, nothing out of the ordinary, just some black soot there. And I'm not sure how much wood I did burn this year. It's hard to keep track because I don't keep my wood in measured piles or anything, but I think I burned, you know, about over a quart of wood in that little fireplace, and I've been doing that for the past 15 to 17 years or so. So that thing's been getting a lot of use, and I have been sweeping it. Now, one year I did have a small chimney fire, and it just kind of flared up a little bit there. It wasn't a huge deal, but I can hear it from the inside of the house when that thing gets really, really hot. And I walked outside, and there was a little bit of kind of sparks and flames burning off. But the thing just kind of burned off whatever was in there that got hot, and it went right back out. And I've never had another problem. I mean, that's just kind of a normal deal when you get a lot of creosote and burn a lot of hot fire. So I did let it go a little bit too far once, and I don't want to do that again because it did cause some problems. My neighbor, you know, got a little bit concerned for me there and called over and said, "I think your house is on fire." But it wasn't. It was just a chimney, and I got that taken care of and went ahead and swept it immediately, and I've never had another problem. So you can get it cleaned out, and it's not a big deal. You just want to stay on top of it so you don't have any serious problems, because you really don't want your whole house to catch on fire and you know, burn your roof and everything else, obviously. There we go. Now that's pretty clean in there. I got the flue closed on it there, closed the damper, and that is ready to be closed up for the year. Now I got to seal this up so my cat doesn't get in here, start snooping around wondering where all the heat went. And now I'm just going to sweep up in front here, and we'll lock it up and be done for the year. I need a vacuum under there. I got all kinds of little wood pieces and everything else. My cat will be into that. Alright, now I'll come back in here and wipe this down. Guess I should do that now. Alright, I'm just going to clean this up so my tile's looking nice and clean the rest of the year. I got ashes all over it there. And then I'll come back down through here with the vacuum cleaner and get the rest of this wood out of here, because it's all down through under this wood holder there. So we'll get that cleaned up. And that's about it here. We're gonna get this thing buttoned up for the year. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss burning fires in the fireplace, but unfortunately the time has come. Now I got some ashes all along the front of this thing here. Just gotta clean that up there. All right, now this little creeper here will try to get in there. So what I do with mine is I'll just put this screen against here. And that goes right there, and that'll keep the cat out of that for the year. Well, all right there, now you have it. It's just that easy to summarize your fireplace in under 10 minutes. Now I got this pushed up against here close because this little goober will try to jump in there. Like I said, I've said it a few times. She'll jump right over this thing and she'll get inside there. She doesn't even care if there's ashes in it. She'll get in there and root around. I don't want her to start thinking it's a litter box. Now, she's never done that, but she gets in there looking for that hot fire, wondering where her fire went. She likes to have a fire, so she gets a little bit curious and she'll get into that. But I'm gonna sign off here with my little goober, Mabby, and hope y'all have a good season, and we'll see you back here next year. I don't know, maybe do another chimney sweeping when it gets time to fire this thing up again. Have a good one. See you later. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel now, y'all. I appreciate all the viewers. Y'all have a good day.